Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm in the stunning town of Yarmouth. It's one of the smallest towns on the Isle of Wight, but don't let that fool you. There is loads of history and loads of opportunity for photography. The sun is just starting to set, so I'm hoping we're going to get some great sunset photography today. I've got my camera, I've got you guys, let's go. My first stop is actually a little bit outside of Yarmouth, and the reason I've stopped here is just for this old ruined pier here. Now this is a location I've shot a couple of times and it's different every single time I come down here. I actually found it by searching it out on a map, and believe me, I was not disappointed when I got here. What I love about it, leading lines. It also picks up a great array of different kind of effects during different sunsets. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to set up for a little bit of long exposure and let's see what we can do. So as always guys, the first thing I do before I think about setting up for a shot is just have a few quick samples without the tripod, just to make sure the shot I'm looking for is actually there, and then I get set up. Now one of the important things to remember when shooting long exposure is firstly to line up the shot. But then remember, as soon as you put the filters on, you're not going to be able to use the autofocus. So what I'm going to do here is set the shot up. I'm going to use the autofocus to get it all nicely lined up, and then I'm going to switch to manual focus before attaching my filters. Now as you can see, we've got the shot lined up, and I don't know if you can see the peaking, but it's showing that we're perfectly in focus. So what I'm going to do now is attach my filter. This is a K&F concept filter. It's an ND1000, and then we'll get the timer set up. Now the first shot I'm going to try for here guys is a 2-second exposure, and we're going to see if we can capture the movement of the wave with that. Let's see what we can do. I always like to try the shot in both portrait and landscape as well, just to make sure I get the full effect and I can decide what I'm going to do with the photo afterwards. Now as I mentioned, I've actually shot that location before. So what I'm going to do is pop up some shots that I've taken earlier in the year at different times of tide. Today we've got a low tide, so there isn't a huge amount of water in the shot. But when you see it at high tide and with sunset, it's absolutely fantastic. Now what I want to do, I've headed down to Yarmouth because I want to make sure I can get to a certain location for sunset to show you the very best of it. So let me know what you think of the ones I've taken earlier in the year, and you'll be able to see the contrast. Here we are on one of the quaint old streets of Yarmouth, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to throw up one of the pictures I took earlier this year at bonfire night, all because I found this door, and without a doubt this is one of my favourite doors in Yarmouth. Have a look at the photo and you'll see exactly what I mean. Now when you're exploring one of these medieval towns, it's really important to keep an eye out for detail, and this door knocker here is absolutely fantastic. So what I'm going to try and do is line it up on the parallel third line of the church behind and see whether we can get something really quite special. Here we are at our next location. This is the iconic Yarmouth Pier. It's one of the longest wooden piers in the world, and you can see how fantastic it is. It's a great location for leading lines and long exposure photography. but also for capturing the boats coming in. So what I'm going to do here is set up a really straightforward shot, just using these leading lines leading off into the distance. It's an absolutely stunning location, so that's going to do the work for me. Here we go. Here's another shot I'm going to go for. The reason I'm shooting down low here, guys, is I want to catch the detail of the names that are written beneath me, because they're all the people that have donated to actually keeping this pier alive, and there really is some fantastic detailing on here. What a wonderful thing to be part of. And here is another perfect location in Yarmouth for shooting that long exposure photography. Underneath the pier is often overlooked, but it really is eye-catching. Check out the shot and let me know what you think of it. Okay, so it's about an hour till sunset, and what I'm doing now is just scouting the location that I'm hoping I can show you guys. This is a nature reserve on the other side of Yarmouth, and it's an absolutely amazing place to visit, full of wildlife, and some of the reflections you get down here in the evening are amazing, so hopefully that's what I'll be able to show you. Now there's just enough time for a quick pint before the final shot of the day. Cheers. Okay, so the sun's just starting to drop now, and as you can see it's an absolutely magical location. We haven't quite got the vibrant colours that often I hope for, so I'll pop up a shot that I took earlier in the year so you can compare it to the one I'm about to take now, but let's see how we get on. Here we go. So regular fans of the channel will know I love a nice low angle, and what we're trying to do here is capture the sunlight glinting off the water along with the movement of the waves. And there we go, that concludes my evening in Yarmouth. I hope you've liked the photos, and as always guys, if you enjoyed the channel, do hit that like and subscribe button, it really helps the channel grow. Until next time, keep taking those photos, and I'll see you again.